Hi there, welcome to the channel or welcome back. I'm Angela and today I'm going to share with you my newest sewing project. I just started it this past week and it is part of my big 10-piece capsule wardrobe that I had planned to make earlier in the year. I planned it to make for this fall that we're currently in and the coming winter. And I'm pretty far into the capsule. This will be piece number 7. But it wasn't originally going to be piece number 7. I had another project planned, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what made me change, like come to a full stop on the previous plan and switch to this one. And in fact, why I'm canceling the rest of my capsule wardrobe plans altogether. It was kind of not an easy decision for me to reach, but it was the right decision. And it brought up all kinds of emotions about like being a quitter and, oh, I failed, I didn't see it all the way through. So I wanted to share that with you guys and kind of give us all a little bit of like a pep talk and a little moral support about it's okay to do those kinds of things. But right now, let's talk about the new project. So this is a Butterick pattern. It's B6743. Bring that in a little closer for you. It's just a skirt pattern. That's all the pattern has. It doesn't include the tops. And there are 4 options. There's 2 different length options and there's 2 options for fullness. So my intention was to do the longer length with the fuller skirt. But when I measured out, like laid all the pattern pieces out on my fabric, which I'll talk about here in a second, I didn't have enough yardage of fabric. So what I ended up doing was doing the fuller skirt, and I had enough to do the length that's about halfway between these 2 lengths here. So it does come below the knee, but not almost to the ankle like this view here does. So it's in between calf, mid calf. So I think that's a perfect length. It should be perfect for fall and even, even winter. And the fabric that I am using is this beautiful print that I picked up on Etsy. And this print, if you saw some of my previous videos talking about the capsule and some of my finished makes, this print here was what the whole capsule was kind of based on. This is just like a little bit of leftover scrap after cutting the skirt pieces out. But what I did was to take all the colors or a lot of the colors from this print and choose the other pieces of the capsule out of those colors. So I've already made a vest out of this, and then the only other thing I'll be making with this is this skirt. And there were going to be 3 more pieces in the capsule. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have fully decided to just stop with the capsule. I'm just really itching to get onto some new things and sew up some of these recent fabrics that I've bought that I love. And as it stands, after I make this skirt, I will have 2 pairs of pants, 2 skirts, 2 tops, and a vest. That's 7 pieces. That's kind of well rounded, and I'll be able to get a lot of like mix and match outfits out of that. So I've kind of resolved it in my mind that it's fully okay to stop. But before we talk about that, like my process of deciding to stop the capsule and coming to terms with that, I wanted to show you what was originally going to be piece number 7 and why I switched it to the Butterick skirt. So originally I was going to make this top here, the view the model's wearing, out of a similar colored fabric. And when I got to looking at the pattern, it's pretty complex, I guess you might say. So not that I haven't done like the techniques before, but it was going to require probably some significant fitting adjustments. And then we've got in the front on each side leading up to the bust apex darts. And then also in the back, there are darts. So not that, I mean, I've done those before in a top, but combining that along with the fitting adjustments that I'm going to need, I kind of like it was too much. Not too much like that I couldn't handle it, but then I got to thinking I also have my cargo pants in progress and I'm expending so much brain and like all my sewing thoughts and skills on designing these cargo pants, all the intricacies of that I just couldn't deal with like two complex makes going on at the same time. So that kind of led me to hold off on this, and I will do this one, just not right now. And I hadn't cut the pieces out, so we're all good to go ahead and say no go on this. No big deal. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and make the skirt because this print was specifically meant for the capsule, and this will be a pretty easy make. So with that kind of it like caused me to have, like I mentioned earlier, all kinds of feelings like, oh, I'm quitting on this capsule and like I'm a failure, I'm a quitter. And I thought, no, I've gotten a lot of progress made. This skirt will be 7 pieces and I think that's good enough for now. I'll get around to those other makes, just not right now. I am so over it. So I made peace with that, and I kind of wanted to share that with you guys in case you're ever in a similar situation, to give ourselves a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of grace to say, you know what, sewing is supposed to be fun. This is not like life or death. It's not really that important in the grand scheme of things. And it's not my full time job. I don't have a client that has commissioned me to make this for her. And if I don't do it, I'll be in trouble, or, it would be poor business. It's nothing like that. So I think that I kind of finally felt okay with just stopping the capsule after the skirt and moving on. I will be looking so forward to sewing with some of the recent fabrics that I got. If you saw my last video, I'll put a link up top or below. The new fabrics that I got from Marcy Tilton's fabric store online. I want to go full blast with that. So I'm going to. Let me know in the comments. I would love to know, do you guys have these same feelings, like this internal struggle of, I can't quit now. I must move forward with the original plan, or not? Or you're just like, nah, who cares? I'm going to switch it all up right midstream and do something else. I'd love to know if how you deal with that. If it's just like my weird brain like struggling with this when it shouldn't be a struggle, or if some of you guys kind of go through the same process. Let me know in the comments if you care to share. I'd love to know. And that's about it. I just wanted to give you a little update on my next make and kind of talk through this whole process that I went through. Get your guys' input if you've been there before. And I think I'll go ahead and sign off. I don't want to drag this out too long. I hope that your weekend is off to a good start. If you're watching this on the Friday that it comes out, let me know what you're up to this weekend, if you're getting any sewing in. And I hope you'll tune back in next week when I will have this finished skirt to share with you. This should like whip up in no time. So I'll be back next week and show you how that turned out, and maybe I'll pair it with one of the tops that I made in the capsule. I'm already like so excited about the outfits that I can get just out of these pieces that I've done. Thanks so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.